कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद हरे कृष्ण
यम्रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांसां श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललितां शिविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कांदा राधा कांदा नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुदे देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita study class. We're on to the second chapter. Contents of Gita summarized, and today's verses 62 to 64. So we'll start reading the first verse, 62. Dhyayado vishayan pumsam sangasteshu bhajayade sanga sanjayade kama kamat krodho vijayade ध्यायुदो विषया पुंसां संगस्तेषु भजायते संगात् संजायते कामात् क्रोधो भजायते ध्यायुदो विषयान् पुंसां Sangasteshu Bajayade. Sangat Sanjayade Kama. Kamat Krodho Vijayade. Hare Krishna. Hare Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्ते शुभजायते संगात् संज्ञाते काम कामात् क्रोधो अभिजायते.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Okay, Rajan Prabhu, you are there? If you have the book, you can read the verse. I don't think he's having a book. Okay, so we will read the translation. While contemplating the objects of senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. I'll read the translation once more. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. Verse 63. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti Smridibhramshat buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat pranashyati. Okay, Prabhu.
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
Right. The translation. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Once more. From anger, complete delusion arises. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Verse 64. Ragadvesha vimuktaistu vishayan indriyascharan atmavasher vidheyatmam prasadhamadi gacchadi. Ragadvesha vimuktaistu vishayan indriyascharan atmavasher vidheyatmam prasadhamadi gacchadi. Ragadvesha vimuktaistu vishayan indriyascharan Atmavasher vidhe atmam prasadhamadhigacchadi. Prabhu.
रागद्वेष विमुक्तेस्तु विषयान् इन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति.
Right. Good. So, translation.
Your
But
voice is not coming, Prabhu, not too clear. Means very slow.
very slow or very low?
Very low.
Very low.
Okay. First slow it was good. Second onwards very low it's coming.
Very low. Okay. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulatory principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Is it okay now?
No, okay, Prabhu. Actually, in my phone only I kept that. Sorry.
Okay. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulatory principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Right. So these three verses, after Krishna has taught Arjuna the perfect way to control the senses. Which is the perfect way to control senses? By dovetailing all of our senses for the satisfaction of the senses of the Lord. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asida matparaha. Matpara means having me as supreme or in relationship with me. So all the senses, actually, all senses belong to Lord only. From Lord only we got the senses. Because the body belongs to Lord, naturally the senses also belong to Lord. Now we have been given our quota of body and senses, which we have actually obtained from Lord only. So these senses, the real purpose of the senses is to serve the Lord only and not to serve our self-interest. When we seek pleasure for ourselves, avoiding Krishna or neglecting Krishna, then the cause for all the problems arises. Then we are struggling, we are suffering, we are not happy, we are undergoing so many miseries, the threefold miseries. And then some people start thinking, people have some Brahma Jitnyasa, who is spiritually oriented, they start thinking, why I am suffering like this? So intelligence of these people normally turn to scriptures. Some people go to some bogus gurus. Sometimes they go to some narcotics or some all those what do you call addictive things. Take to drinking and all that. But some intelligent people, they take up to Shastras. But in Shastras itself, there are so many processes, so many yogas, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, and all that. But ultimately, the one common thing which the scriptures teach you is that we are not this body, we are souls, and to control this the body needs, one should have a sense control. If you really want to get out of this bondage, the first thing is you should have sense control. So that is agreed upon. So everybody agrees that, okay, right, we have to control senses. Then the question comes, how to control the senses. So some people take up Jnana Yoga, read scriptures, contemplate on the Brahma, and trying to convince ourselves that we are not this body, we are Brahma. And this world is not real. Actually, Brahma is only real. What we see around us is only Maya only. So when we see a beautiful girl, Shankaracharya will tell you that, okay, this is a beautiful girl, but then outside looks good, but inside there's so many dirty things. So actually, it's only a back of dirty things only, which is having a nice glossy appearance externally. So such kind of philosophies they'll teach you, because what they're trying to tell is rely on your intelligence and rely on your knowledge and rely on your determination to control these senses. So the onus is on yourself, that you have to control the senses by practicing jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and all those things. But Krishna says that this is self-defeating only. Cannot succeed, because the senses belong to Krishna, Maya belongs to Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. So Krishna is the ultimate controller. We are not the controllers. So if you want to get out of bondage, if you want to control, then we have to take shelter of Krishna, surrender to Krishna, and then only we can really perfectly control. That's why Krishna says, Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asida matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani. Vashehi yasyendriyani means what? One who is in full control of his senses. And that is possible when you become a devotee and render devotional service and run everything, trying to dovetail your consciousness to supreme consciousness. Krishna's consciousness is supreme consciousness, because he's conscious of everything. We are conscious of our body only. Krishna is conscious of every little element, the whole universe. So his consciousness is called universal consciousness. And ours is individual consciousness. But for the individual consciousness, to understand that we have under bondage and we have to get liberated and we have to get our real position, for that, we have to dovetail our consciousness to supreme consciousness, which is actually called surrender. Practical way is to understand Krishna as a person and render devotional service to him without any other thought. So Krishna teaches this very nicely. And you have seen that in that purport, Srila Prabhupada is quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastime of Ambarish Maharaja, how he has engaged all his senses for the satisfaction of Krishna, for devotional service to Krishna, only for use, everything for use of Krishna's service only. And when a yogi, Mahayogi, Dasa, picked up a quarrel with Ambarish Maharaja, unnecessarily, of no fault of his, because he was puffed up and he wanted to teach Ambarish Maharaja a lesson. But ultimately, Durvasa got fixed in a problem. He got embroiled in this problem, and his life itself was in danger. So he was running here and there. He ran to Brahma, seeking for help. Brahma couldn't help him. Shiva couldn't help him. Ultimately, he reached Vishnu. Vishnu said, I am not able to help you because you have insulted my devotee. And the Sudarshan Chakra, which was in my hand, left my hand without my telling me. If I even thought instructing, he left on his own. He took his decision and he is now chasing you. So Sudarshan will not leave you unless you surrender to Ambarish Maharaj. So Durvasa had to do that. Ambarish Maharaj was very generous, and then Durvasa got out of this big problem. Then in the present verses, Krishna teaches that if we are studying Krishna consciousness, always studying Krishna consciousness, you have to remain in Krishna consciousness, always engaging ourselves, even little lapse, because senses, as long as we have this material body, sometimes thought might come. Or other way around, if the person is not surrendering to Krishna, again he's trying to control on his own, then he is inviting big trouble for himself. Either the devotee who is make a lapse in his service, for a time being he lapses, and then he's in problem. So Srila Prabhupada always says that our position is like an iron rod. If the iron rod is kept in fire, then iron rod acquires all the qualities of the fire and becomes fire itself. But the moment you take the rod out of fire and keep it outside, the quality of fire is lost. Same way, if you are in Krishna consciousness, always engage in devotional service, then Maya cannot touch you. But if there's a lapse, if you're there's a momentary lapse, something happens, then your attention is captured by Maya. Maya is always bewildering. Then you find so many objects around you. Then you think about objects. Then you contemplate an object. So this process of mind, Srila Prabhupada defines as three functions of mind: thinking, feeling, and willing. Thinking, nobody can stop. Srila Prabhupada says even the great sannyasis, even self-realized persons, they get normally thoughts. Because they have a material body, even not the material body, although it's spiritualized, they have the old thoughts there, their old memories, their old conditioning is there. But since they are self-realized, the thoughts will not hurt them. This is given in verse 17 of this person of this chapter. It says, Apuryamanam achala pradishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnodi na kama kami. It's like a sea is always being filled with rivers. Although the rivers continuously flow to sea, the sea is not overflowing. It can absorb whatever water that is coming from the rivers, it will not be affected. Same way, thoughts may come, some desires may come to the bhakti yogi, but he is not disturbed. Just like that verse quoted by Yamunacharya, Yadavadi mama cheda Krishna padaravinde nava nava rasadham uddidum dandum asi tadavadi bada nari smaranamane bhavati nari sangame smaranamane bhavati mukhavihara sushtamishti vanamcha. Since his all mind, his consciousness is always rejoicing in the fresh pastimes of Krishna, continuously is rejoicing in these pastimes. All our stalwart acharyas, their positions like that only. They're always rejoicing internally. At that time, sometimes if some thoughts concerning woman comes, he's not at all bothered, he's not disturbed. In fact, he condemns this kind of thoughts instead of indulging that. But in the beginning stage, suppose you are a sadhaka devotee, you're not reached self-realization stage, you're practicing only. And then momentarily, if you're attracted by objects, what happens? Sometimes you think about an object, then you contemplate on that. There's a vishya, dhyayado vishya pumsan. When you become strongly attached to thought, Sangasteshu Bhajayade, you become attached to it. And from the attachment develops desire or lust. Sangat Sanjayade Kama, lust. Lust is developed, arises. And suppose you are able to fulfill the lust, immediately the tamogun takes over and you become very, very angry. Kamat krodho bhajayade. Krodhat bhavati samaha. And when you are angry, you become illusioned. You again started misidentifying yourself. Till that time, you are theoretically convinced that you are not this body, you are soul only. And based on that understanding, you are carrying out your devotion services. But when you become angry, you forget that your spiritual status. And again, you fall down to material. Srila Prabhupada says material pool. It's material pool. You fall down to material pool. That is illusion. Again, thinking yourself as a body. Then that's a first illusion. When you consider yourself a body, that's an illusion. So krodhat bhavati sammoha smriti vibhrama. Then when you are angry, when you illusion, then you forget that you are this for soul. That's smriti vibhrama. You lose a remembrance that you are not this body, you are soul only. And smriti vibhramsha buddhinasho. Then that spiritual intelligence is lost. When you get disconnected spiritually, then naturally the spiritual intelligence is lost. And buddhinasha pranashri. Then again you go back to your old square one, where you are desiring, you're craving for material objects. You go for that, and ultimately you're going to get bonded. But this happens basically in case of jnanis, dhyana yogis and all that. But Bhakta, because of his specially empowered, a special mercy from Krishna, he is not in that position. He is not attracted by sense objects because he's so much in love with Krishna and so much love with pastimes, so much attracted to Krishna, so much attached to Krishna. That doesn't, it doesn't happen. All the sense objects fail to, activate his lust. So Srila Prabhupada gives the example of Vishwamitra and Haridas Thakura. Vishwamitra is a great yogi. Shiva is also a great yogi. But both Shiva and Vishwamitra got attracted by Menaka and Parvati. We cannot resist them, the charms of that woman. But when Haridas Thakura, who is from our Acharya, he was also, when a prostitute tried to lure him, Haridas Thakur did not fall for that. That's the story of Haridas Thakur, because very famous, because he was chanting 3 lakhs names every day, almost 22 hours he used to spend for chanting only. So in fact, everybody came to his ashram and take his darshan, and just by sight of the Haridas Thakur, they got elevated. So he became very, very famous. The place where he is living is called Bonapur. But then there was an envious element also. One person called Ramachandra Khan. Ramachandra Khan, he was very envious. So he plotted against Haridas Thakura. He sent a prostitute, very beautiful young girl named Hirabai, and he told her that you attract, lure Haridas Thakura, and when you are trying to unite with him, I'll send the police, and the police will capture Haridas Thakura and expose him. Then we'll all say that he's a fraud devotee only. See, he's lured by a prostitute, so he's a pretender, and in the eyes of the public, he will fall down. So this plan he made, and this prostitute Hirabai, evening time, she came to Haridas Thakura, and he told Haridas Thakur that I'm very much attracted by you, because at that time Haridas Thakur was very handsome person, very young, very attractive. So this girl developed a lust for him, so she wanted to unite with him. Haridas Thakur said, okay, no problem, Mataji, I'll satisfy desire, but now I'm chanting. I got so many rounds to finish, and after finishing my rounds, I'll try to satisfy you. So whole night he chanted. Then she became very sleepy towards morning. Haridas Thakur said, okay, Madaji, my rounds are yet not finished. You can go home and come tomorrow evening. And she again came back next evening. And same thing happened again. The third day she came back, and by that time her mind had transformed. She knew that she's such a beautiful girl, and the whole night she's staying with Haridas Thakur alone. But Haridas Thakur did not even look at her, was continually chanting Krishna. So she knew that this is a great soul, this is a great acharya only. I have done a big mistake. I made a big offense, trying to lure him and try to defame him. This is a great mistake on my part. Please pardon me, Maharaj. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me if you can. So Haridas Thakur said, okay, no problem. I knew all those things. I know this Ramachandra Khan was trying to and trying to defame me. I know all those plans, but I didn't want to go because I wanted to lift your conscience. I want to what do you call it? I liberate you. I got compassion for you, so that's why I stayed with you 3 days. And now you are cured of all your diseases. What you can do is you spend all your money, distribute all your money among the Brahmanas, then come back to this ashram, stay in the ashram by doing Tulasi Seva and chanting the Hari. So she came back, and handing over the ashram to her, Haridas Thakur went away. And that Mataji became a great Vaishnava. So devotees of Lord will never fall down. But other people, since their ability, what happens to this jnanis and all that, they are very sincere and trying to get rid of this bondage, but they think everything is material. Devotion is material, Krishna is material, the relation with Krishna is material. And according to them, the absolute truth is formless, without any activities, without any gunas. And that being so, if something is offered, they won't believe that Krishna, the absolute truth, can eat. But in our concept, Krishna is a person, very much a person. He's as good as a person as, only then he's a transcendental person. We are not transcendental. That's all the difference. So whatever is offered to him, he relishes. And when he relishes the dishes we offer him, that become prasadam. So we can also relish the sweet meats, sweet, very nice, juicy, sweet vegetables made, vegetables, grains, sweets, fruits, whatever it is there, we can enjoy. So that way, we enjoy. That's again the second verse. Raga dvesha vivekta isu vishyan indriyas charan. We are enjoying all those, but without attachment. Because we accept only prasadam. Nice dress is there, we offer to Radharani or Krishna first, and then we wear it. We can wear that nice dress. Nice house we can build for ourselves and put Krishna and Radha in the center. Then we can stay in that house. So this way, whatever is there, relishable, devotee can do it, provided Krishna allows him. If that is Krishna's desire, then devotee can enjoy that. That is not Krishna's desire, then devotee has no problem. Okay, I don't want that. So Krishna is a person who decides how much a person needs. And the devotee is in full agreement. Whatever Krishna decides, okay with me. I am not for myself trying to enjoy. I don't want to enjoy. But Krishna is, suppose Krishna is allowing this, Krishna is giving all those things, then okay, no problem. But my first concern to serve Krishna. If I get money, I spend half of it for Krishna consciousness. So Raga Dvesha Vimukta Indriyas Vishayas Charan. Because why is he able to do that? Because he's in self-control, full control. His senses are, his mind and senses is completely in his control. Then he can use his mind and use the same senses, which previously the senses and mind were using him. Now he is using the senses and mind. That's a difference now. Now the soul is a master and these senses and mind are subordinates. Previously, the senses and mind were the masters and the poor soul was subordinate to them. But the real position is the soul is a master and the senses are subordinates. Now he has secured his real position by the mercy of Krishna, by understanding that he is a subservient to Krishna. He is not subservient or subordinate to anything else. He is subordinate to Krishna only. And when he is subordinate to Krishna, other things become subordinate to him. So prasadam adhigacchati. This is due to mercy of Krishna. Because you have rendered a good service to Krishna. Krishna is merciful. And he is allowing you to have complete freedom of life without any anxiety. Whether you have something or whether you don't have something, he's not bothered. Because he's very happy now in Krishna service. So that way life has become very, very happy for him, blissful, because he's standing all the time. So this is a nice Krishna conscious life, which we can all enjoy. Because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are in this position. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. You have any questions or you want to add anything to this?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Then you can render Narasim Kirtan, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Lad Daine हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः शिलतन्कानखालाये इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखामद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपूतनभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नारसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नारसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नारसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् हम श्री नरसिम्हा जय जय नरसिम्हा पहला देसा जय पद्म मुख पद्म भिंगा श्री नरसिम्हा जय जय श्री नरसिम्हा पहला देसा जय पद्म मुख पद्म भिंगा श्री नरसिम्हा जय जय श्री नरसिम्हा पहला देसा जय पद्म मुख पद्म भिंगा
भक्ति विघ्ननाशकारी श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की
जय
वैष्णव भक्ति श्रेष्ठ प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय
जय गो प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि बोल
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
अंधकोड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
नमाचार्य दास ठाकुर की
जय
श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
जय
जय गो प्रेमानंदे
हरि